शान्तिः ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथ बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम् यथास्मिन् वृक्ष दृष्टान्ते दर्शितम्, just as it has been shown in the illustration of the tree. जीवेन युक्तः वृक्षः अशुष्कः रसपानादि युक्तः जीवति इति उच्यते. जीवेन युक्तः वृक्षः on the page 273. When the vriksha is an example, see, tree is an example. It can be anything. Whatever it is, when it is endowed with jiva, when jivatma, meaning the consciousness reflected in the subtle body. So, who is jiva? Consciousness, basically atma. But atma that feels a sense of limitation. Therefore, atma or the consciousness limited by the subtle body, reflected by the subtle body, that is jiva. If he is ignorant, identified with subtle body, not ignorant, then still this sahaja tadatmam, wherever subtle body is, consciousness will be reflected, and that is called jiva. So as long as subtle body is there, where subtle body is, reflected consciousness also, therefore, as long as jiva is there in any entity. In case of a tree, then ashushkaha, it does not wither, does not dry up. Rasapanadi yuktaha, it enjoys the rasa and the drinking of water and drawing the various food, minerals from the earth. Jivati iti uchyate. So how do you say tree is alive, So this is indication that the tree is alive, that it is drinking water, it is drawing minerals, it is prospering, it is not drying up. So it is alive. Tadapetascha mriyate iti uchyate. And by the same token, when this tree, for example, becomes devoid of jiva, jiva petam vava kalidam mriyate. When devoid of jivatma, then this tree or any entity dies. Evame khalu somya viddhiti hovacha. Hey Somya, may you understand it this way. Jiva petam vava jiva vyuktam vava kiridam shairam mriyate. This shariram, the body, dies when it is devoid of jiva, meaning that it is jiva prana dharane. So jiva is that which sustains the prana. When jiva is not there, prana cannot be sustained. When prana is not sustained, the body cannot be alive. Therefore, the body dies, devoid of jiva or jivatma, the body dies. Na jiva mriyate. Thus it is established that there is this jivatma who is different from the body. And therefore, the death of the body does not mean the death of jivatma. That's the whole point here. Because the question was, people say, Mruto Devadatta, Devadatta is dead. And so there are people who look upon this body itself as Atma and believe that with the death of the body, Atma also died. So it is established that no, body is not the Atma, there is Atma that is distinct from the body, independent of the body. There is karmajam tadatmyam, meaning that the association of the jivatma with this gross body is due to karma, prarabdha karma. As long as destiny is, so long jiva remains in the body. That's what Bhashyakara said. So jiva sthiti nimitto raso jiva karma kshiptaha. As long as the karma of the jivatma is there, so long the tree continues to draw the rasa, etc. And when karma is not there, it stops doing that. That there is life, even in the deep sleep state. The deep sleep state looks like jiva is unconscious, but no, jiva is very much there. Karya sheshecha suptothitasya. Suptothitasya, when a person wakes up from the sleep, karya shesha, when some action or work or task or chore remains to be done. Karyameva idam karya shesham aparisamaptam smrutva. Then Jivatma remembers, hey, this task or this chore has remained incomplete and then I have to complete it. Samapan darshanat. So not only people do their work with memory that this is my work which was incomplete before I went to sleep, I have to complete it now. With that thought he completes. Simply completion of work is not the indication that the jiva was alive in the deep sleep state. But I, whose task the chore was incomplete, I, with incomplete task, went to sleep. Is I who is woken up and have to complete the task. That shows that in deep sleep state also the jiva is very much there. How about in death? Does the jiva die with the death of the body? Jatamatranam chantunam stanya vilasha bhayad darshanach. But any creature that is born, jatamatranam jantun, any creature that is born, whatever species is it, we find. Because there is a strong jijivisha, desire to live. So even a little newborn also is born with a desire to live, to appease hunger, appease the thirst, continue the existence. Therefore, it reaches out for the food, for the breast of the mother. So this is what we find. That means that this jiva, this creature has brought this samskaras from the past, because he is just born, therefore he has no experience right now to create any samskaras, and still he behaves as though he knows. The child seems to behave as though it knows, which means that he has brought samskaras from the previous birth. Stanya abhilasha bhayadi darshanach, and the child can get scared also. So otherwise, if there is no samskara, you don't get scared. Children don't get scared. They play with snakes and stuff like that, and it wants to catch the lamb. So it doesn't know that these things hurt, these are dangerous things. But even children also display signs of fear. Although there is no experience here to cause fear, which means that tendency of fear also comes from the previous birth. Atid janmanta anubhuta stanyapana dukkhano smriti gamyate. So these samskaras, the action of the newborn is prompted by the samskara. And samskara is a result of experience. And since there is no experience in this life as yet, therefore that experience must come from the previous birth. Therefore, jiva does not die even with the death of the body. How about pralaya? When the whole world goes to sleep, does the jiva die? Agnihotradenam cha vaidikanam karmanam arthavatvat. Na bhuktam kshiyete karma kalpakoti shatairapi. Said that abhuktam karma na kshiyate. When you perform a karma, in this case a ritual such as Agnihotra, the Agnihotra and whatever other things you have done, they will bear their fruit anytime. If not immediately, even in remote future also, the karma will bear the fruit. The karma will not get exhausted without bearing the fruit. Na bhuktam kshiyate karma. So karma does not get exhausted unless the result is experienced. Kalpa koti shatairapi. Hundreds of crores of kalpa may pass, and still that karma is sustained to give you the result. Now, another thing is that just as a cow, when it returns home in the evening, it finds her own calf. From a whole group of cows, the cow finds her own calf. Similarly also, the karma finds its own doer. Of all these countless fellows who are around, where will karma attach itself to? To the one who has performed that karma, and give rise to result or experience to that person who has performed the karma. Meaning that kalpa koti shatairapi, even crores of cycles of creation. So jiva must be around for that karma to give rise to its result to that particular jiva. Karmanam arthavatvat vaidikanam. Particular Vedic karmas give rise to result after the death. And if that result does not come immediately after death, it will come any time, with next cycle also of creation. So if that did not happen, then all the Vedic karmas would become meaningless. Nobody would want to do that. They are meaningful. That means that the jiva does not perish even at the time of pralaya or dissolution. So that passage is meant to establish a jiva who is separate from the body. Katham punah idam atyanta sthulam prithivyadi nam rupavat jagat. Next question is this jagat, this universe, nam rupavat, possessed of name and form, consisting of the names and forms, this jagat. What kind of name and form? Prithivya, such as that, which is the grossest thing. To generally give an example of grossest thing, earth is mentioned. Because of all the five elements, earth has all the five qualities, number one. And earth is the largest body that we can see, largest entity. Because sun and moon also appear to be small, earth is the largest. Therefore, Prithivya, the earth, etc., which are examples of something very gross. So this universe which is so gross, possessed of names and forms, Atyanta Sukshmat, Sadrupat, Nam Rupahetat, Sato Jayate iti. The gross universe of names and forms is born of Sat or existence, which is extremely subtle and without name and form. So, Atyanta Sukshmat, Nam Ruparahita. So, Vilakshanata is shown here. How the characteristics of cause and effect. Sat is the material cause and the universe is of name and form is the effect. So, general rule is that the effect carries the qualities of the material cause. But here we find that material cause doesn't have any qualities that the effect of Jagat displays. Jagat displays names and forms. Jagat displays grossness. Jagat displays three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. Therefore, nirmulam, Bhagavatam says. Therefore, Jagat in fact cannot be traced to any cause. Where is the cause which possesses the three gunas? Where is the cause that possesses Triputi? Drishta, Drishya, Darshanam, the Triputi. Or the threefold created Adhyatma, Adhibhuta, Adhideva. None of this is found in the cause which is Sat. Therefore, the Jagat is Nirmulam, has no Mula. So why are you worried about this Jagat? Parasva karmani na prasamset na garhe. Therefore, it is not right to waste your time and energy in praising somebody and censuring somebody, in stuti and ninda, in raga and dvesha. Give it up. Then Jagat is born of what? If it's not born of Brahma, then born of what? So Jagat is what? Consisting of three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, and they are the gunas in Maya. Therefore, Jagat is a product of Maya. And what is product of Maya is Mithya. So on one hand is Nirmulam. Like the snake has no Moolam. The rope which is said to be the cause of the snake has nothing, no snakeness at all. No qualities of snake. So snake is Nirmulam. Then snake is product of what? Rope, ignorance. What is cause of ignorance is Mithya. Anyway, so that was the point of discussion in Bhagavatam. So Nirmulam. Here the point is that the Upanishad declares that Sat is the material cause. Eka Vijnanena Sarva Vijnanam. By knowing one, everything can be known provided that one is non-dual, that one is the only thing. Therefore, Sat is present. That's a in fact, that is one of the most important aspects of this 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad. Advitiyatvam. And that can be only if Sat is the material cause, because the effect is not separate from material cause. But how can Sat, which is totally contradictory or contrary as far as characters are concerned, as compared to Jagat, how can Sat be the cause of Jagat? There should be compatibility between the material cause and effect. We find no compatibility. So Katham Jayate, but he's born anyway. It's a question. Is it really born of Sat? That's a question. Iti etat drishtandena Bhuyama Bhagavan Vijñāpayatu iti. The Venerable Sir may please explain this with an example. Tatha somyati hovacha pita. Father, may it be so, my dear. So now continuing the page 274. Bhashyakara says, Yadi etat pratyakshi kartum ichhase. So drishtanta is given for pratyakshikaran, something that becomes very evident to you, perceptible to you. Perceptible means something that becomes very clear to you, leaves no doubt in your mind. If that's what you see, then listen to this. So the next passage says, Nyagrodha phalam ata aharete idam bhagavate bindhite bhinnam bhagavate kimatra pashyasite अन्यः इव इमाब्धाना भगवः इति आसाम अंग एकाम भिन्दिते भिन्ना भगवः इति किमत्र पश्यसीति न किंचन भगवः इति Nyagrodha phalam ataha ahara. Ataha. So Anandagiri says, Asya Soma Mahato Vrukshadi Prakrutam. In the previous passage, Asya Soma Mahato Vrukshasya. The father said in the previous example of this great tree standing in front of us. If somebody strikes the root, etc., so that tree which was presented as illustration in the previous case, same tree, ataha, from that tree, it must be a banyan tree, a huge banyan tree. Nyagrodha phalam aharaiti. Bring a fruit of this banyan tree. As far as the Dvaitins are concerned, says Swasmin Anurupe Jive. What is Anu? They say that Atma is Anu. Swasmin Anurupe Jive Sthito Harihi. Hari is one and Jiva is another one, but then Hari is obtaining here as an Anu, as an atom. Kuto na jayate swastheti shanka nirakriti asmin khande dese. That Hari, how come, is not born for oneself? Yatha vata bijastha vruksha bijavastham na pratyayam jivestito hari api. So the answer is how they interpret. You see how they interpret all these things in their own way. So just as the vruksha, the tree which obtains in a seed, is not evident or visible, similarly also the jiva, the Hari, is like an atom. Staying, living in this jiva or obtaining in the jiva also is not evident. Idamapi na sundaram, this also is not good. Bija avasthayam vruksha na utpanna eva. Again, this is, see, the tree is not na utpanna, is not yet created, not yet born when it is in the form of seed. So question is not of birth, question is of existence, presence. Vedantin says question is not of birth, question is one of presence. Tasya jala prahivyadi avasvakarana utpatyamanatvad. The tree will be born subsequently when the seed becomes associated with water, with earth, etc. Then the tree will be born, will grow. Nacha Haristatha, this cannot apply in case of Hari, who requires some, abhayavad, etc. be born. Ateva Mahanyagrodha Tishthatiri Atra Utpanna San Iti va Uttishtati Arthena va Upanam Bhashya. Therefore, Mahanyagrodha Tishtati, this great banyan tree is standing here. So Tishtati means what? Utpanna San, that it is born. Uttishtati, or it springs up. So Tishtati is interpreted by Bhashyakara as born or springs up. We'll see. Anyway, so going back to the passage, Nyagrodha phalam ata aharayati, the father says to the son, or the teacher says to disciple, ataha, from this tree standing in front of her, please bring one fruit of the banyan tree. Idam bhagavati, right away the son has, is an obedient disciple. So right away he followed the instruction. Here is the fruit. Bhagavaha, oh Venerable Sir, here is the fruit. Bhinditi, break it. Break that fruit. Bhinnam bhagavati, oh Venerable Sir, it is broken. Kimatra pashyasi iti. Shvetiketu, what do you see in that broken tree? Broken fruit? Teto apadana ke, fruit. Anvihaiva imaha dhanaha bhagavaha iti. It's interesting that word dhana is a feminine word, used in plural, I say, what is this imaha dhana? Because dhanam, normally we think that dhanam may be a neuter word. But dhanaha is feminine word. That imaha dhanaha. Therefore the plural, anvyaha, anvi. From anu, this is the striling feminine form is anvi, nadi, nadyaha, anvyaha, iva. As though the ivakara is there, so as though the atomic seeds here in that fruit, sir. Asamanga ekam bhinditi. O my son, my dear, of all these atomic seeds, take one and break it. Bhinna bhagavaiti. O Venerable Sir, a broken one seed, atomic seed. Kimatra pashyasiti. What do you see it in there now? Na kinchana bhagavaiti. O Venerable Sir, I don't see anything. When you break that seed, you don't see anything. Next passage also let us read. Tam ho vacha jam vai somya etam animanam na libhalayase etasya vai somya eshaha animnaha evam mahanyagrodhastisthate Shraddhatsvat somyere. When Shvetiketu says, I do not see anything in this, when the seed is split, I don't see anything. Tam hovacha yam vai somyetam animanam na libhalayase. Hey Somya, oh good looking one, that you do not see the tree in its atomic state. Supposedly the tree is present as unmanifest in the seed. And this huge banyan tree is present in this atomic little seed. Na nibhalaya say, you do not see it, can't perceive that. Listen, still, etasya vai somya, esha animnaha, etasya animnaha eva, esha somya. But hey Somya, so etasya animnaha, of this little atomic seed, esha mahanyagrodha tishtati. From this atomic seed, this great banyan tree stands. So Bhashyakara says, Utpanna santishtati. From this seed, the tree is born, and then you can see that. Or uttishtati, from the seed it springs up. Shraddhatsva somyeti. He somya, O Guru Lokima, Shraddhatsva, have faith, have Shraddha. So now we proceed with the, let us read the Bhashya. Ataha asmat mahato nyagrodhat phalam ekam aharayate uktah तथा चकार सह इदं भगवः उपहृतं फलम् इति दर्शितवन्तं प्रति आह फलं बिन्धेति. अतः फिफ्थ केस अस्मात् महतो न्यग्रोधात्. From this one, this great banyan tree, phalam ekam aharayati, bring one fruit from this huge banyan tree. Idyukta tatha chakara. So when Shvetaketu was instructed like this by the father, he followed it verbatim. Sahidam bhagava upahrutam phalamiti. So he said, here it is, So, idam bhagavaha, this is the fruit from this banyan tree. The darshitavantam, the son who is showing the fruit in this manner to the father. Pratyaha, the father told him in return, phalam bindeti. Phalam has to be supplied. Bindeti. Break it means phalam bindi. Break this fruit. Bhinnam ityaha itaraha. Itaraha. The son said bhinnam. For Venerable Sir, the fruit is broken. Tamaha pita. Kimatra pashyasiti. No kimatra pashyasi. Ityuktaha. Aha. Anvyaha. Anutaraha iva. Imadhanaha. Bijani. Pashyami. Bhagavaha iti. Tamaha pita. Kimatra pashyasi. That you have broken this fruit now, what do you see in this fruit? Iti uktaha. When the son was told like this by the father, aha, the son said, anvyaha, no, anutara, I don't know how that interpreted, anutara, more atomic. Anvyaha means atomic. Anutara, more atomic. Iva. Imaha dhana bijani pashyami bhagavati. O Revered Sir, I see this small little atom size seeds in this fruit. Then Bhashya continues. Asam dhana ekam dhana anga he vatsa Bindi. So father says, Asam Dhanam, of all these seed, like atomic seeds are there in that fruit, of them, Ekam Dhanam Anga He Vatsa Bindi, take one seed out of that and split that seed. Ityuktaha, when the son is told, Ityuktaha Aha Binna Bhagavaite. When the son is told that break one seed, then Binna Bhagava, O revered sir, one dhana, So one seed is broken. Okay, then father says, Yadi bhinna dhana tasyam bhinnayam kim pashyasi ityuktaha aha na kinchana pashyami bhagava iti. Yadi bhinna dhana, he Shvetaketu, if you have split one seed of the size of an atom, tasyam bhinnayam kim pashyasi iti. Now in that seed which is split, what do you see? Iti uktaha, when the son was told like that by the father, aha, he said, na kinchana pashyami bhagava iti. Therefore, O revered sir, venerable sir, I do not see anything here. Iti. So the Tika says, Abhinava Narayana Nindendra Paramano Parimanatve Pashyamiti Anupatte Ivakara Anutaraha Iva iti. Paramano Parimanatve, the seed is of the size of an atom. Pashyamiti Anupatte, you can't see. Ivakaraha Anutaraha Iva iti. More atomic. But he sees them, how can he split? Tikakara says that Paramano Parimanatve Pashyamiti Anupatte. That's why he is not Paramano. The idea is that even though we say that the seed of a banyan tree is the size of an atom, it is not literally so. Had it been the size of atom, then he could not have seen. Atom can't be seen. Atom, according to Vaisheshikas, is the indestructible fundamental particle, which cannot be further split. So a long time scientists also believed that atom is the building block. It can't be split further. So that's what they believe. So really, if they were atomic in size, then Shvetaketu could not have seen them. So they are very small, that's all. Anvyaha iva, as though they are like atoms. So anutaraha iva means they are more subtle, but not imperceptible, very subtle. Then Tika says, Kim pashyasi iti darshana prashne. When the father asks this question, Kim pashyasi, what do you see? Dhana hai iti vasudvamatra uttaram ayuktam. So he doesn't just say, so he says dhanaha. So kimatra pashyasi anvayaiva ima dhanaha bhagavaha. Says dhanaha iti vastu sadbhavamatena uttaramayuktam. That these are, what do you see? Seeds. Tikakara says that uttara, that reply, ayuktam is not proper. Iti ashankya. Somebody may say, this is, there were pashyameti, purusha viparinamena, anusangama, pashyameti. So, ima sanvyahe anutaraya mahadhana bijani pashyami bhagavaiti. That's all. That I see. What do you see? Seeds. Normally then says no, but I see the seeds. So therefore I see should be supplied. I guess that seems to be the purpose here, intention here. Okay. Now the next passage, which we already read. Tam putram hovacha vatadhanayam bhinnayam yam vatabija animanam he somya etam na nibhalayase na pashyase. tam putram hovacha. The son who said that I do not see anything in this atomic seed which is split. To that son, Vada says, Vatadhanayam bhinnayam. O my son, when Vatadhana, one little seed of this banyan tree, bhinnaya, when it is split, yam vatabija animanam na nibhalayase. So what is vatabija animanam? So Tika says, vatabija animanam iti vatasya bijbhutam animanam. Bij means cause. That very cause of the tree which is very subtle, animanam. Vadasya sukshmam rupam dhayana vidyamanam. See, they knew that even in that atomic seed also, the whole tree is present in a subtle form or in an unmanifest form. That is a theory, Satkaryavada. Because Vedantins also accept the Satkaryavada of the Sankhyas, that the Karya, the effect is present in an unmanifest form in the material cause. So the seed is the material cause of the whole tree. That means that this whole tree must be present in that small seed also. So now the scientists with their very powerful microscopes can see. In fact, in a big seed like a seed of a mango, if you split, you can see some of the features of the tree. You can see like an embryo, which will grow as a tree. But with the bare eye, we cannot see anything in that atomic seed. But with a microscope, you can perhaps see. So therefore, what is meant is here that Vatasya sukshma rupam dhanayam vidyamanam. He Shvedaketu, the very subtle form or the subtle state or the unmanifest, the whole tree is present in the seed in an unmanifest or a subtle state. Na nibhalayase, you do not see that. Na pashyasi, you don't see. Okay. भाष्यकार says तथापि एतस्य वै किल सौम्य एषः महान्यग्रोधः बीजस्य अणिम्नः सूक्ष्मस्य अदृश्यमानस्य कार्यभूतः स्थूल शाखा स्कंद फल पलाशवान तिष्ठते उत्पन्नस्सन् उत्तिष्ठति इति वा उच्छब्दः अद्याहार्यः. He Soumya na nibhalayase. Oh my dear, you do not see the whole tree in the subtle state, you do not see in the seed, okay, tathab, even then, even though you do not see, still, etasya vaikir somya, esha mahanyagrodha bijasya animnaha. So they say here, यमेतम सिद्धानगिरी अणिमानम न पश्यसि एतस्य अणिम्नः बीजस्य इति संबंधः. From the previous sentence, यमेतम अणिमानम न पश्यसि. Hey Shvedaketu, you do not see the tree in its causal state, which is extremely subtle. You do not see. Etasya animna bijasya, of that seed which is so small in which you do not see the tree. Tathapi atyanta anutvad adarshanayapi. Tathapi, even though you do not see. How come you do not see the tree in the seed? Atyanta Sukshmatvat, Atyanta Anutvat. Because the tree is very much present in the seed, but it is extremely small, extremely subtle or extremely small. Therefore you do not see. You do not see not because the tree is not there, you do not see because the tree is so small or so subtle that it cannot be perceived with bare eyes. That's all. Or the other Tikakara says, Etasya bijasya animna. Meaning, so because the words are separated, therefore you have to connect them. Etasya, then esha mahanya grodha, and then animna. Etasya also is 6 case, animna also 6 case, therefore they go together. Etasya animna iti anvayaha. Animna what? Bijasya again. Etasya animna bijasya, of this seed which is extremely small, like an atom. Esha mahanya grodha tishtati. From this little seed, this huge tree is standing here. Sukshmasya, the seed is sukshma, very small. Adrushyamanasya karyabhutaha. And so the cause which is not visible, the effect of that is this whole tree. What is it? Sthula shakha skanda phala palashavan. Whole tree, which is sthula shakha, very large branches and very big stem, and the fruits and the leaves. The tree is very much so tishtati. It very much obtains here in that seed, Shvetiketu. I mean, therefore it asti, you can say, but it's a tishtati. This tree stands here from the seed, so Bhashyakara utpanna san tishtati. Because the tree is not yet there, I mean, it's not yet visible, it's not yet evolved from that seed, therefore, having been born from the seed, and then it grows and stands like that. Or uttishtati iti va utshabda adhyaharya tishtati. We should add a prefix ut. Uttishtati springs up from this small little seed. So say the Tika, dhanavasthayam evam shabdidasya mahatah sthul rupasya tasyam sthiti asambhavat. The son may ask, Father, how can such a huge tree be present in this little seed? Say utpanna iti. It is born and it grows and then it becomes like this. Then Tika Kanya Bhutarthakam Latam Svikrutya. So Tishtati is lat, is a present tense. That it implies here the past. Bhutarthakam, it is Svikrutya. So Bhashyakara says, even though the Shruti is Tishtati, it stands, it means that it this doesn't mean present tense, it should mean past tense. So Uchshabdam cha adhyahritya, therefore springs up from there. Vyakhyanantaramaha. But then the Tika's reading is different. Udatishtati vaiti. Our reading is Uttishtati. Udatishthati. Udatishtat. So tishtati is interpreted Tika. Udatishtat, past tense. That this tree was born, this tree was born or sprang up from this seed. The past. Because right now you don't see that. Right now you only see the tree. So either father said that, hey son, look, this huge tree sprang up from this small atomic seed. So either that way, so therefore, bhutarthakam lata. So that this present tense tishtati means past, uda tishtat, it sprang up from the seed. Iti. Now the Tika says here, Yadyapi Shvetaketuna Pradarshita Animnaha Sakashat Purasthito Vruksha Na Utpannaha. Now this can be literally, you see, father says that, hey, look son, see nobody has noticed this, but he has noticed it. Father says, look son, from this atomic seed, this huge tree has come up. So Tikakara says that this tree could not have sprung from this seed. Why? Tad vruksha janyatvat. Because the seed has come from that tree which is already there. So this tree could not have been born of this seed. So tad vruksha janyatvat pradasya dhananam. Of the seed these are demonstrated or shown are born of that very tree. Therefore, tree could not have born of this seed. Tathapi etad vruksha janaka animnaha etad dhana animnascha vadadhana animatva samanyena egatvam angikritya. So we have not seen the seed from which this tree is born. You know, the seed that you see will give rise to some other tree, but not this tree is already there. Tathapi etad vruksha janaka animnaha. For whatever atomic thing, seed which gave rise to this particular tree, etad dhana, and this thing that the seed that is in your hand, of this small little seeds, animnaha. Vadadhana, animnatva samanyena, both of them possess the atomicness, atomic substance. Therefore, this seed which I am showing possesses the same atomicness as the seed from which this tree would have come out. So that atomicness being the same, therefore, samanyana ekatvam angikritya. So not from the seed, but from the subtleness. So this tree also is born of subtle. So you can say that this seed, that is subtleness, from that this tree has come. Etasya animnetad nagrodha tishtati yuktam. From this anina, from this subtle essence, this tree is standing, it is said by taking them equal. Whether it is this seed or that other seed, both of them have the same smallness, atomicness. Yatha vatadhanayam sukshmatvat apratiyamanopi vidyamanayo vata utpanna. Isatkaryavar yatha vatadhanayam sukshmatvat apratiyamanopi. So you cannot see the tree in that small little seed because tree is in a very subtle state or a subtle state, not unmanifest. In fact, it is manifest for a microscope. But so the tree is very much there in the seed in a very subtle form, although it is not visible to the naked eye. Apratiyamanapi vidyamana eva. But we have to accept that in that seed the tree is present. Vidyamana vata utpanna. Therefore, the vata of the banyan tree which is present in the seed alone has emerged. Prasad jagadopi sati vidyamanasya apridhatasyapi sa utpatti ukta. Very appropriate example, we find here. That tatha jagatahapi, of the jagat also, sati vidyamanasya, the jagat which is vidyamana, when it is present in the sat or existence. Apratitasyapi, even though that jagat may not be there, appear to you in that sat. Sata utpatti ukta etyaha. This is simply logical argument, that's all. We don't accept this cause-effect relationship. The cause-effect relationship that is there between the seed and the tree is parinami upadana karanam. Seed is the parinami, the transformative, changing material cause. We don't just sat is that kind of upadana karanam of this jagat. Sat is the vivarta upadana karanam. not parinami. So in fact, therefore, this example cannot apply in a primary sense, but it just applies. In Sat we do not see the Jagat. Even though according to you, in the Sat, Jagat is there, it's not there. In Sat there is no Jagat. If it is there, you can never get rid of it. The snake was there in a robe, then you can never get rid of snake. It's not there. You see, the whole idea of Vedanta is that you can realize the non-duality of the self when you can let go the duality. That negation is possible provided it is not there, otherwise you can't negate what is there. You cannot negate sweetness from honey because it is there, you can't negate it. But neti you may say, it doesn't go away. You can negate the snake from the rope because it is not there to begin with. So also from the Sat we can negate the universe because it is not there to begin with. So but anyway, even to say that the Jagat is present in Sat also is not right in a primary sense. But these are arguments simply presented before the people, Shunyavadins. Nayayika, the Shunyavadins, who do not accept the existence of effect and the cause. So they say that Jagat has no moolam at all, it is shunyam. To them this is said, but this example also cannot apply in a primary sense as far as the Vedanta Siddhanta is concerned. But anyway, ataha. So Bhashyakara says, ataha shraddhatsva somya satah eva animnaha sthulam nam rupadimat karyam jagat utpannamite. Ataha, hey Somya, even though you do not see the tree in the seed, understand that the tree has emerged from the seed. And therefore, seeing perception is not the pramanam here. Here the anumanam becomes pramanam. Tarka becomes pramanam. You can't perceive the tree, but tree has to be there. That is because we are Satkaryavadina, therefore. We say that the effect is there in the material cause. Therefore, something cannot come out of nothing. That's our argument. If this tree was not present in the seed, it could not have emerged from there. The fact that the whole tree emerged from the seed means that it must be there. So even though you don't seem to accept that it is there, otherwise it could not have come out. So now, since perception of pratyaksha is not applicable here, anumana is there. Therefore, it is a matter of faith. Therefore, shraddhatsva somya. Therefore, hey Somya, have faith. So what faith? Sataheva animnaha sthulam nam rupadimat karyam jagat utpannameti. Therefore, have faith, hey Shvetaketu, that Sataheva animnaha, from the Sat which is extremely subtle. Idam sthulam nam rupadimat karyam jagat utpannam. From that Sat alone, this sthul, gross universe consisting of name and form has emerged from that Sat. Even though it doesn't seem to be there. As far as perception is concerned, you can't see. Just because you cannot see does not mean it is not there. Therefore, Shraddha is required. So, look at Anandagiri. Sanmulaha somya ityadi shrutya drishyate viti bhutarthagam nyayena cha jagataha satkaryatva siddhe. Only sanmulaha shrumi mah prajaha sadayatana, sat pratishtha. He Soumya, this universe or all these names and forms have their root in Sat, their abidance in Sat, they must be in Sat. You already say it. Number one. Then Drushyatetu Nyayena cha. This Brahma Sutra is a Drushyatetu. Argument was, how can an effect which is totally of different nature, how can it emerge from the cause, material cause? So, as far as Sat and Jagat is concerned, both of them have Vailakshanyam, totally contradictory quality. How can they be related as cause and effect? So, the answer in the Brahma Sutra is, it is not a rule that two entities which do not possess the same characteristics, they can still be related as cause and effect. How, for example, Yatha Sato Purusha Keshalomani. Yatha Satah Purushat Keshalomani. How from this body which is live, which is sentient, Keshalomani, the hair, etc., insentient. So how from the sentient body, insentient, the hair, etc., emerges. So there is no compatibility. Other example is other way around. From that gomaya, from the cow dung, you find a scorpion arising from cow dung. Scorpion is born in cow dung. Cow dung is insentient. From that, the sentient scorpion comes out. These examples are presented. Drushyatetu. So we find in our day-to-day experience that very often the effect and the material cause do not have a compatibility. Still two entities do enjoy the cause and effect relationship. Similarly also, even though there is no compatibility between Sat and Jagat, Sat can enjoy, can be the cause of Jagat. Possibility shown. So, that is the Nyaya or Anumana. So, Shruti also is there, Sanmulha Swamya Praja, and Nyaya also is there. Jagataha Sat Karyatva Siddhe. I don't think that Brahma Sutra came in a time of Shvetaketu, but anyway, Sat Karyatva Siddhe. So, when it is Jagataha, it is established by Shruti as well as by reasoning that the Jagat is Karyam or the effect or product of Sat. Shraddhavantarena api tannirnaya sambhava. Therefore, it is possible to arrive at this understanding or conviction that yes, I understand now from Shruti and from this illustration, Pratyaksha, and from reasoning also, that yes, the universe has emerged from Sat. So that Nishchaya, that conviction can arise from me, from the data available so far. Shraddhamantarena, that doesn't require Shraddha. Because Shruti says that, and reasoning also says that, and the Pratyaksha also says that how from this seed the whole tree has emerged. All these pramanas are there, you don't need Shraddha. See, Shraddha is required when there is no experience. You require Shraddha or faith or trust when you do not experience something. So we require Shraddha for heaven, Swarga, because it is Nitya Paroksha, even it is never Pratyaksha. Therefore it's a matter of Shraddha. So also the Swamiji says, if there is God in the heaven, it is also a matter of belief. Unverifiable belief. Two kinds of belief is there, unverifiable belief and verifiable beliefs. So what is Nitya Paroksha? It is always Paroksha, which you can never actually perceive, like heaven, like God of the Christians and Muslims, you can see Him only when you go to paradise. He is a matter of, so all this is matter of Shraddha. You accept in faith. But not what Vedanta says. Vedanta says, you are Brahman. So even if you require Shraddha, it is verifiable faith, not non-verifiable. You can verify it by yourself. Do what is required to see that you are Brahman. You can verify it. So two kinds of Shraddha. Verifiable faith, non-verifiable faith. So So Vedanta also accepts Shraddha from us. What kind of Shraddha? Verifiable faith, not non-verifiable faith. But here, to develop this conviction that universe emerges from Sat doesn't seem to require, there doesn't seem to be any need for faith. So Shraddha mantarena tannena sambhavat kimiti shvetaketu shraddhatsveti pitra niyujyate. Then why is it Shvetaketu told by a father, "Oh my son, have Shraddha"? Niyujyate. This is an injunction. Shraddhatsva, injunction. Father is in fact commanding or ordering or enjoining the son. May you have Shraddha. So why? Meaning have it. You see, when there is injunction, you are supposed to have it. So Yadyapi, so Bhashyakara says, or let us see what this Tikakara has to say. Nanu nyayena sambhavete vastuni agame nishya sambhavat shraddha vyarthayati. Nyayena sambhavete vastuni. When something can be sambhavitam, something can be shown to be possible or plausible with reasoning, that the material cause always has the effect in an unmanifest form. That's reasoning. And also Shastra says here, agamena nishya sambhava agamena. So therefore when Upanishad says it is possible to have conviction. So when Upanishad says something that is not logical, then conviction requires Shraddha. Our Swami says, look, I have no objection in accepting our Bible also as Pramanam, because they claim that is also revealed by Ishvara. I have no problem, provided it conforms to reasoning. To say that God is in heaven and then to say God is all pervasive, doesn't make sense. To say that God is in heaven, to say that God is limitless also doesn't make sense. So since what the Shastra says does not conform to logic, therefore we have problem in accepting that Shastra as Pramanam. What Vedanta says, Tattvamasi, also is logical. Not a product of logic, but then it is logical, reasonable. Meaning that by logic you can show the sambhavana. By logic, the whole text, Advaita Makaranda is like that. Start with proposition, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Asmi, Sadabhami, Kadachinnaham Apriyaha. The author says, Aham Asmi, I am. That's an experience. Sadabhami, I am always conscious, another experience. Kadachit Naham Apriyaha, I am never non-dear to me, I always love myself. Brahmeva Matasiddham Satchidananda Lakshanam. There was Siddham by logic there. I am Satchidananda Brahma. This is not Siddham, but logically it is shown. It is possible. So first of all, proposition is given and variety of objections are raised. They are refuted to ultimately confirm or develop conviction for this statement, Aham Brahmasmi. So logic does not prove as far as we are concerned. Logic gives us the sambhavana, yogyata, that what the Shruti says is plausible, it is reasonable, it is in keeping with reason, is understandable, acceptable. So then you can proceed to realize it. What the Shruti says ultimately has to be realized. But when will you proceed to realize? Only when you have Shraddha in the statement that yes, makes sense, I am Brahman, yeah. Examine your moment of happiness. That time there is no object of happiness, there is nothing there. Still you are happy. That shows that happiness which is you becomes manifest. So that moment of ecstasy also shows that happiness is your nature. So possibility is shown. Yes, makes sense. You cannot settle for anything less. In the deep sleep state, you experience the ananda. Therefore, you cannot settle for any limited ananda. So when you give this reasoning, it makes sense that self can be Brahman. Then you can put Shraddha and do what is required, because merely this statement does not create in you that realization or experience. Meaning this Paroksha Jnanam has to be transformed into Aparoksha Jnanam, requires a lot of work. Samadhi Shatka Sampatti, Shravanam, Mananam, Nidhyana, a lot of things is required. And when will you have the enthusiasm, incentive and enthusiasm to carry out that strenuous effort, provided you are convinced that what the Upanishad says is right? There was Shraddha here. Here Tika said, Agami Nishchaya Sambhavat Shraddha Vyartha, because conviction can be arrived at by Agamam, by what the Shruti says, Aham Brahmasmi, which is supported by reasoning. Then the Shruti statement is enough to create in you the conviction. Then what Shraddha is required? That's the question here. So Bhashyaka Yadyapi न्याय आगमाभ्याम निर्धारितोऽर्थः तथैव अवगम्यते तथापि अत्यंत सूक्ष्मेषु अर्थेषु बाह्य विषयासक्त मनसः स्वभाव प्रवृत्तस्य असत्यां गुरुतरायां श्रद्धायां दुर्वगमत्वं स्यात् इत्याह श्रद्धत्स्व इति। यद्यपि न्याय आगमाभ्याम, so that's drishyate to न्याय, or what is the न्याय here? That the material cause contains the effect also. निर्धारित अर्थ आगमाभ्याम सन्मूला स्वयं प्रजा, Agam also says, and therefore you are convinced, so conviction can develop from that. Nirdharit artha, so nirdharanam, that ascertainment can happen with the nyaya and agama. Tatheva avagamyate, and therefore it is possible for us to understand as the thing is with the help of the reasoning and agama. Tathapi, even then, Bhashyakara says, atyanta sukshmeshu artheshu, is all right with a day-to-day thing, but when it comes to extremely subtle entities such as sat, bhashya vishayasakta manasa, and you do not require Shraddha if you have the right frame of mind. But Shraddha is required if you do not have the right frame of mind. If the mind is bhashya vishayasakta manasa, or the mind that is extremely attached to the external objects, sense objects, sense pleasures, svabhava pravrittasya, if you allow your mind to do what it wants to do as prompted by its vasanas or ragadveshas, then the mind always dwells on this gross external sense pleasures. So that's how the mind is. So the mind which is normally engaged in the thinking of this gross sense pleasures, for that mind to then all of a sudden think of something as subtle as Brahman is not possible. So Shraddha actually creates that link. Svabhava pravutasya asatyam gurutarayam shraddhayam. That mind requires extremely great amount of Shraddha. So you tell the youngsters the thing, it convinces them. These arguments you make before youngsters, they don't get convinced. Mind is too restless, too distracted, put it this way. When the mind is too distracted, even though the person has Shraddha in Swamiji, But still that Shraddha is not enough for him to be convinced. So, Guru Tarayam Shraddhayam, you require Guru and Guru Tara. Heavy and heavier, meaning that you require much stronger convictions or Shraddha, trust or faith. Duragamatvam syat. So with that mind which is so restless or so distracted, it is not possible to know avagama, to know the subtle thing. It would be extremely difficult to know. Ataha Shraddhasvaiti. Therefore, the father says, "Oh dear Shraddhatsva, have Shraddha." Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Murtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
मनोबुद्ध्यहंकार चित्तानिनाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशः न वा पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मे मृत्युशङ्का न मे जातिभेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपः विभुर्व्याप्य सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्धः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवो